For decades, head football coaches in Houston County were always white. But 2 years ago, that changed.
Marvin James joins us now to share how a new hire has changed the game on Friday nights.
Thanks, guys. In 2019, the Warner Robins Demons football team made history, but the offseason celebration didn't happen on the field. It wasn't a championship title. Instead, the storied football program hired its first African-American head coach in Houston County's history since desegregation. It's a move that's been paying off ever since. The Warner Robins Demons were runners-up in the GHSA State Finals 3 years running before they finally won it all in 2020, thanks in part to the leadership of head coach Marquise Westbrook.
People stay in the game for like 15, 16 years before they're offered the opportunity. And I just felt like, it was divine, and it was also an opportunity there for me to take it.
In 2016, Westbrook joined the Demons as a defensive coordinator under then head coach Mike Chastain. 3 years later, when Chastain left for Jones County, Westbrook landed the lead for one of the most successful programs in the state, a historic accomplishment he wasn't really aware of.
I went and talked with my wife, prayed about it, and said, I'm going to go for it. She's like, if you want it, you go for it. And I went for it, and it was there for the taking.
When you talk about football on the south side of Warner Robins, you tend to think of the great leadership that helped pave the way to 4 state championships and dozens of region titles between the years of 1976 and 2004. Names like the late, great Richard Rock Finley, Brian Way, who won it all in 2004, and of course the legendary Hall of Famer Robert Davis, who had a big influence on Westbrook before he died just a year ago.
Being in Cordell growing up and seeing him through, 13 WMAZ, I was like, wow, this is the guy, He was one of a kind. And just being able to sit in that same chair that he sat in and lead these men that in this community, man, it is a definite blessing to have met him and known him the brief period that I did.
Westbrook recognizes the rich history.
And him to have that influence that's still going through these hallways and still going through this locker room, it's a true blessing, man. I don't take it for granted at all.
And he's working to build on it. With a 34-4 record in the midst of his 3rd season and hopes for more victories in the postseason, the quiet and reserved Westbrook is quick to say he's surrounded by talented players, experienced coaches, and a supportive administration, all focused on the bigger picture.
We want to win some games, we want to win championships, but we want to just build these young men and make them be able to be sustainable and throughout their lives and be able to have a solid foundation when they leave here.
All right, it's 35-4. Don't want to shortchange them now. This week, Coach Westbrook and his Demons are preparing for the second round of the playoffs as they continue the road back to the state championship for the 5th straight season and to defend their 2020 title. Back to you guys.